There aren't many actors in Bollywood who have the good cheer and verve of Ranveer Singh. I'm Anupama Chopra and you're watching First Day First Show. This week, in the midst of hectic promotions for Kill Dil, Ranveer found time to chat with NDTV. This interview took place close to midnight. Pay close attention to his infectious energy and his killer shoes. Ranveer, thank you for making time for us. I know you're in the middle of so much stuff. You just come from the airport, you're doing this interview, you're going back home, going back to the airport.
It is my pleasure to be here. It's always lovely to chat with you. Somebody who's really genuinely into movies, you know, and cinema and the craft, you know, and the movie business and whatever has to do in the gamut of filmmaking. There's too much media out there that really doesn't concern itself with what they should, you know, about your love life and relationships and where did you go and what did you eat and what did you wear and who did you go with and who did you leave with and who did you end up with. You know, so I'm more than happy to be here.
But Ranveer, I need to ask about the suit.
It's
smashing,
great. No?
It is smashing. I'm down to the shoes. Like, how did you get this to happen?
And yeah, the shoes are totally custom made for the suit, and I brought my special one out for this special chat that we're going to have.
Ranveer, what have you discovered about yourself as an actor since Band Baja Barat? How have you changed?
I've changed immensely. I used to be a certain kind of actor during Band Baja Barat, and I'm not that at all anymore. My whole process is different. I used to be so rehearsed, and I used to just know everything that's on paper to the T, every punctuation mark. Like in the script of Band Baja Barat, I could tell you between lines how many dots Habib Faisal had put it. Dot, dot, dot. I could tell you each one.
So you knew when your pauses were, you knew everything?
Everything. Let me put it this way. I used to be an actor who, when I was acting in Band Baja with Anushka, and she spotted this to her credit, and she pointed it out. If there are two people in a scene, I'm not talking to you. It's almost as if I'm talking at you, because I'm saying it to you, but I'm not looking beyond here. So I'm talking to this.
Your part.
I'm not looking into your eye. I'm doing my thing, and you can do your thing, and when it comes on screen, it'll look as if we're having a conversation, but I'm not really talking to you. I'm not connected with you. So even if you
She caught you doing that?
even if you don't say your line, I'll still pick up my next line, and you know, it's stuff like that. So
the one-man act.
yeah, I would act within myself. Now I've just gone to the other end of the spectrum, which I find so much better, for lack of a better word. And I'm connected with my co-actor. I'm sensing them, I'm talking to them, as opposed to talking at them, you know, just actually looking into their eyes, actually feeling it and being in the moment, you know, not just this rehearsed robotic actor who acts within himself.
You were pretty good in that film for a rehearsed robotic.
Yeah, it was balls to the wall, right? I was make or break for me, my one big shot. In all honesty, I find that to be my most watchable performance. I feel like that charm of the first performance, it never comes back. The one film of mine that I truly love and the one performance of mine that I really like to see is Band Baja.
But Ranveer, you're saying you're a better actor now, but that performance is closest to your heart.
I'm more evolved.
You're a more knowledgeable actor.
I'm more equipped. Let's put it this way. My functionality is better. I'm not a pain to work with anymore.
Were you a pain?
Oh yeah.
What did you do?
Anushka Sharma, if you're watching this,
Forgive me.
so sorry for being such a pain in the behind. I just didn't know any better. And thank you for guiding me through that process. I just didn't know any better. I'm really sorry. And I hope I was much easier to work with in Dil Dhadakne though. I had consciously thought to myself, I'm going to be the best co-actor for Anushka and try and make up for those two films that I did when I didn't know any better.
So what would you do? Like what?
I'm just painful. Like before the take, I'm just like getting in the zone, doing my own thing. I'm either skipping or just like rapping off my lines so that they sit on my tongue better. And I was really painful to work with. Even Manish, I would love to work with him again to show him that I've evolved and I'm a much easier actor to work with. Because I mean, you pull, as a co-actor or a director, you have a guy like that, you pull your hair out, you know. who's just so difficult to work with. You know, just it's not. You know, you want to tell the guy it's not that complicated. Just do it. Don't think it and don't do all these things to do it. Just do it.
Just feel it.
Yeah, and I mean. My sincere thanks to Anushka and Manish for bearing with me. I'm much better now. I understand now a little bit. I hope.
When Jack Lemmon was asked if an actor, a really good actor, has to be somebody who's intelligent, and he said, "I've never met an outstanding actor who was dumb." Is that right? Do you have to have intelligence, or can you instinctively be a great actor?
I think he's right, but I think there are different types of intelligence. There is an intelligence where your textbook knowledge is good. You know a lot about a lot of worldly things, and general knowledge is very good. But there is an emotional intelligence. Like I find that in Deepika, her emotional intelligence is really, really high. So I guess the different types of intelligence is this. You have to be. I think the lines are blurred between emotional intelligence and sensitivity. You know, you have to be a sensitive person. You are invariably an emotionally intelligent person if you're a competent actor. Yeah, I think that's very much valid to have said.
Ranveer, Kill Dil, of course, is homage to the films of Quentin Tarantino.
A little bit.
Little bit. I mean, in the sensibility, Tarantino's universe is just so seductive. You know, his writing is so brilliant. It's so witty. But what I get queasy about is the fact that he does make violence sexy. You know.
Yeah. He does, doesn't he?
He does.
He makes it so appealing.
He does. I mean, I'm the most timid person on the planet. I want to go out and shoot people after I see those movies. Okay. So
right. All right.
Did you, while you were making Kill Dil, ever have to deal with those kind of questions? As an actor, do you think it's important? Do you think about these things?
No, not really. I feel there are all kinds of stories. If I find something, a messaging in a story glaringly wrong, I won't touch it. I won't even get into it. And you can see that on the script level. As long as the heart of the film is in the right place, and you know that at a script level with Shahad's film that, ultimately doing wrong is not going to pay dividends, and going right is the right way. So that is the messaging. And yeah, I think it's very, very important to keep an eye on that. As an artist, it is a responsibility because people who subscribe to your work, they get affected by the messaging that you put out there. So there is a certain level of responsibility that is attached to you if you are going to take on things like this and be a part of them.
But your messaging, Ranveer, in the last year has been really unconventional. I mean, you've done condom ads. You've gone out on the street.
That is good messaging.
It is good messaging, and it's very unconventional messaging. No, but even the Bang Bang Dare that you did, you stepped out on the street for another actor's film. You danced. Is there any design in any of this, or you're just going where your heart takes you?
I get a thought, and if it feels right. Now there's this thing that I've also discovered. I've become very in touch with my own instincts, so to speak. I didn't have those. I used to be quite. I used to just follow what people say, and too heavily reliant on the opinions of others. But not so much anymore. I've developed an ability to trust my own instincts. Let's put it that way. So now, if I think doing a condom ad would be a good thing, then I'll do it. And there will be people who will be like, "Are you sure?" Like my dad, he'd be like,
Was he not
I usually don't say anything. I think you should think about this one.
Did you drop it at the dinner table? By the way, Dad.
He'd ask me, so I see all these actors do all these endorsements and it's good money. How come you're not doing any? So I'll do it when the time is right. I'll do it when there's something good enough for me to do, and he's very supportive that way. But so this one I was like, so I'm going to do my first endorsement. He's like, great, what is it? I'll be like, condoms.
What did he
Like,
say?
really? I hope you know what you're doing. So I think yeah. I mean, my instinct said this would be a good thing, and not like when you're sucking on like a strawberry, like use a condom. It's not like that. Jesus Christ, doesn't have to be so like, you know. So I thought, let's not do it like that.
You've given me the giggles. I've forgotten my name. What did you just do?
Yeah, it's out there. It's out there. There are people. This is the only way condoms have been sold in our country. I was like, it doesn't have to be like that. You know, not everybody's going to be like seduced by. Anyway, that. So when I thought about this, I was like, man, everybody's selling something. Somebody's saying, you know, you're selling a car. Nobody's selling condoms. You know. And then it was just like connect the dots, and just somehow I ended up seeing a YouTube video by The Lonely Island, featuring Akon. I just had sex and it felt so good. So I was like, well, see, sex can be a beautiful thing. It's and people in our country need to like stop taking it like the other way. It's not a taboo subject anymore. We, at least in the metropolitans, have evolved as a society. There is ample room now for open and healthy conversations about sex. It's not seen as taboo anymore. Somebody just had to bring that to light, and I wanted to do it. Halfway through it, I was like, you know what? I might get a solid chop on my face for this. I really don't know which way this is going, but I'm in it now. So, I just completed it with some level of conviction, and it worked. This Bang Bang Day also, it just came about. You know, Hrithik tweeted, he said, why don't you take a picture on a main street? I was like, well, where's the entertainment value in that? If I'm going to do something, might as well do something entertaining. So I was like, okay, I'll dance in the middle of the street. That's much cooler than taking a picture in the middle of the street. I was like, well, if I'm doing it for Hrithik, then I should wear an iconic Hrithik outfit. So I called Maganlal Dress Wala in Juhu. I was like, hey, Krish hai kya? He's like, हाँ, Krish है ना, एक free size में 1500 deposit 2500 में मिलेगा, आला हाँ भेज दो. So then he sent over the Krish outfit, the one that he had, nice little Rexine feel and all, it was beautiful. So I put it on, and then when I put it on, and I was like Krish, and I decided that, I mean, if you're going to do something like dance madly in the middle of the road, there's only one song in Hrithik's bank of songs that fits like appropriately, is Main Aisa Kyun Hu. So I picked the song, I got the outfit, I was like, you know what, I think this is going to be damn cool. What it was going to become, I had no idea it was going to go viral in the way that it did.
You know, Adi had once told me that Shahrukh is driven by the need to make people happy, to entertain people. Is that something that you are driven by as well?
Absolutely. I don't think anyone could have articulated better than that. This Suleimani Kida that I have, that seems to be driving me. The acceptable articulation of that would be what you just said. That is probably it. When you become sort of like a public figure, and people start writing about you and your persona and personality, and they start breaking you down and analyzing you, and you also start thinking about yourself. So yeah, I think it's probably that I do have this kida of wanting to just entertain people, just like make people happy, please them, put a smile on their face, spread some joy, positivity. Like that's what makes me happy, and I can do it effortlessly because I'm predisposed to that. It's not an effort for me at all, you know. It's
not work.
It's me, it's what I do, you know.
And as an actor, is there a story that you really want to tell?
As an actor, yeah, I would love to be Bhagat Singh, but I mean, they already made a couple of movies on that. Some interesting stories come, but they're not well fleshed out enough. I'm excited about Bajirao. I get really turned on by this whole space, like this whole Gladiator, Troy, even Alexander. Hey, I love
Why
it.
not?
Guilty pleasures. I really love this space. You know, now Gods and Kings. I love this
Ultra
space.
testosterone.
Yeah. My name is
warrior.
Ranveer. It means warrior. You know, yeah, ultra testosterone. I think that's it. I think that's it. You know, ultra testosterone in a skirt. So, you know what? I was training for Bajirao, and my new trainer came into town, and he was like, "Okay, I need this. I need a list of this and this, and I need you to do these tests, so I know the levels of this and this in your body and whatnot." So he made me do a test where they were going to find out how much testosterone I have. So he looks at it, he's like, apparently, I have too much testosterone.
Why am I not surprised?
He's like, well, we don't have a problem there. It's just more than sufficient amount in my system.
So it's a logical fit then to play the Maratha warrior.
That's the chemical balance that exists. So great. I'm glad I have a vent for it in Bajirao, you know.
And Ranveer, I'm going to end by going back to the suit. Because I think...
I love it.
I love it. No, I think any man who can be in a polka-dotted striped black and white suit at 11:30 at night has no insecurity. Is that true? Do you have no insecurity?
Seems like it. Now that you point it out.
At least not tonight.
Not anytime soon. I feel like $1 million.
You look like $1 million. Honestly, no. Seriously, tell me. Are you a very secure person?
I have a feeling. I think it comes from a really, really solid support system. You know, my family. And really, really good close friends, and yeah, I think it empowers me to take risks, to do things that to take gambles, you know, and I can unabashedly be. Well, it was difficult in the first couple of years. Suddenly, all this like stuff happening around you, I didn't know what to be. You know, but slowly, I feel like it's all right to be myself. I can just be, and it works better. It's easier. You know, it's so taxing to put on a, you know, thing all the time. It's this way is much easier. I'm a happier person just being myself.
Not to mention looking smashing.
Looking like this. This is, but yeah, I think yeah. Like I said, you know, now when people start analyzing you and your persona and they write all these things, I guess it's because I function from a very secure place, and that allows me to do these things that I seem to be doing.
Ranveer, thank you.
Thank you.
It's always such a pleasure to speak with you. I'm almost convinced that a polka-dotted suit works. Keep watching NDTV 24/7.